my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today I wanted to bring to you my first impressions of Fendi's first collection for 2025, the women's spring-summer collection that walked the runway just a few days back, and well, let's just say there's a lot to unpack. For context, the House of Fendi was founded back in 1925, and this collection really demonstrates a referral back to the times of the Roaring Twenties. So there's a few themes that I want to state up front that I picked up from the collection. I tried to stay up to watch it here in Australia. I think it walked around, I don't know, 11:30, 12. I'm asleep by then. I got up the next morning, I watched it, and then I tried to watch it through again, and the video had been taken off YouTube and there were just little clips. So I went straight to the Fendi website and downloaded all of the looks, and I started to see some things up close and personal. Number one, the 20s, as I mentioned before, is really obviously reflected in the pieces. Everything from the dropped waists in the ready-to-wear, which I'm going to take you through all of the looks, the drop waists, the scalloped shapes, the kind of art deco shapes on some of the dresses. Then you've got the sling back shoes, the stockings, the little lace stockings, lots of lace and beautiful romance. The pouches in terms of the handbag styles and some of the little charms and accoutrements on the pouches. The fringing from the fabulous flappers of the 1920s. But the models were styled in a way that was reflective and reminiscent of the 90s. Very clean, angelic lines, a centre part, very clean makeup, very kind of angelic faces, very kind of tall and thin, and the clothes just kind of hung off them like the waifs of the 90s. And if you remember, Fendi had a massive comeback in the 90s with the resurrection of the brand through the baguette, designed by Silvia Venturini Fendi in conjunction with Karl Lagerfeld. Uncle Karl, as we call him in La Familia, was part of Fendi for longer than he was a part of Chanel. And he was with Fendi until the end and implemented lots of fabulous designs for Fendi, including the resurrection of modern fur, the FF Zucker print, Fendi Fun or Fendi Fur or Fun Fur. There are a lot of different stories about that, but Karl was a big part of the infrastructure. So they're the things I picked up on in terms of kind of the themes through the collection. Now I want to talk to you about some of these really special pieces that I picked up on through the Fendi website and the stills that I took, because I learned a little bit about some of the pieces when I was in Melbourne recently and I went into the Fendi boutique. I'll probably start with the one that was really quite interesting to me. That is this one. It is this beautiful crocodile dégradé peekaboo soft. Now this bag is interesting for a couple of reasons, and if you're into the details here, you're going to love this. If you're not so much, then you'll probably be quite bored, but bear with me. This bag has 4 different shades of the dégradé pattern, but it starts with a shiny croc, and then it goes right up to a matte and a nubuck croc up the top, which is no mean feat if you are a leather craftsman. Now, we know, Meredith and I, when we went to the Louis Vuitton atelier and workshop in Agnières last year, just love to drop that in, that all of the exotic hides are actually hand painted. So for them to be able to achieve this kind of finish would have been quite a feat. So things that you don't see on the runway in terms of detail and workmanship that you hear about through the client associates is really, it really kind of brings together some of the elements of craftsmanship and the honour that's been given to the house for its work in this area to celebrate the 100 years. So, you know, I haven't had much time for Fendi this year. I haven't been really impressed, but recently with the release of the Peekaboo Soft and this collection especially, once we get into it, I have renewed my faith in the brand. Now we'll talk about this little sack mini peekaboo that's worn around the wrist like a little wristlet, as if you're off to one of Gatsby's parties in this double bag moment. Loving all the double bagging. Obviously it's because they want to show as many pieces on the runway without crowding the look as possible. But I do think these kind of soft, pillowy mini baguettes worn as a wristlet are an absolute vibe. I love that they have the little drawstring attachments as well, and we'll see a lot of those throughout the collection in a lot of different textures, a lot of embroidery and a lot of embellishment, and lots of bag charms too. Speaking of bag charms, let's take a look at this peekaboo. I believe this peekaboo is one of the peekaboo softs. It's in the dove grey colour, which is pretty much a staple for the house. And it has this intense fringing. It is also accompanied by what looks like a little mink bag charm. It could potentially be a nod to Carl and the Carlito Punkito. If you know, you know. Let me show you. These little guys, and lots of little charms that were created in Karl Lagerfeld's time with Fendi. I think that that charm could potentially be a nod to Karl and one of the kind of really iconic elements of the house over its first 100 years. The tiny little nano beaded baguette on this bag with the, I'm going to say it's like a pave kind of crystal buckle is just so beautiful. It's taken the mini baguettes or the nano baguettes up a notch. The work in that bag is extraordinary. And then there's this tiny, it looks like a jam jar. It could be like a little vanity piece. I don't know what that charm is. But again, it's playful and fun and creative and cute, and I love it. Now we have 3 bags, not just a double bagging moment, 3 bags in this gorgeous khaki green colour. We have the large, so the hark back to the Mama Baguette. I think Silvia Venturini Fendi was speaking after the show about bringing back the Mama Baguette, another icon of the house, in this gorgeous supple leather, and after having touched and felt the peekaboo soft, I think these baguettes are going to be absolutely beautiful. Followed by a nano in this beautiful beaded, looks like a lace effect beading design, and it is like a pave crystal buckle. And then that little jam jar thing again. No idea what that is, but I love the idea of having little charms on this big Mama Baguette, and again wearing it around the wrist. I wonder if that will have different functionality in terms of how you wear it. Is it going to be a clutch under the arm? Given it is the baguette style, will it have a little D-ring on the other end so you can wear it under your arm? We shall see. Now these beautiful, beautiful kind of gauzy numbers that have little flowers in between the mesh on the bags. Now brown is not my color, but this one, like, you can see the elements of whimsy and pretty and delicate fabrics, that it's something new and different. It is a little bit granny chic when you look at it in one perspective, but I do think with some cool styling that these bags can be brought into today. I'm going to go through the ready to wear and the footwear a little bit later on. Again, we see the combination of the large peekaboo soft and the mini baguette worn on the wrist. I really do love these combinations of these really soft, supple, beautiful colorways as well. They're very fleshy colors, they're very calming, they're very clean, they're kind of colors that you would associate with being stripped back and bare and natural, and yeah, I think they're really unique. Then we flip that and we've got a python baguette in the black with this beautiful golden black contrast buckle, which just looks so emblematic of Fendi and particularly highlights the more Art Deco vibe of this season. There's a little bouquet of flower kind of charm situation happening with this little green baguette here, which is kind of cute. You can see that there is a key ring on it, so it's probably designed to be some kind of charm, but how they've styled it on the runway is pretty cute. This green is a little like pistachio. It's a little bit warm for me, but yeah, I can appreciate it. I do love that sagey green colour. It reminds me of my beautiful mint. So this one, but yeah, it's a lot fairer. Now, I might be out of touch here, but there is a new bag that's been featured. It looks like it's in a croco. It's quite a structured little bag, a tote of some description. And it came in a black and kind of that greeny colour as well. Not sure that I'm a fan of that. I'm not sure how it connects to the heritage of the brand. That's a gap in my knowledge. If you know, please put it in the comments down below. Hector, I'll be relying on you. Another new piece, again designed to kind of portray the whimsy of the season, I believe. It could hark back to some heritage characteristics of the house, but I am not aware of those. This huge python baguette in this taupey kind of dove colour with this beautiful little nano baguette on top with the gorgeous fringed beading is just, yeah, that is an excellent combo. Very beautiful indeed. This green pops up again and I'm in love. And the little charms include like a little bag of flowers or confetti. It's got one of the fluffy charms, which is still on my finger, attached to it, and another little tassel. It's very, very ornate. It has the fringing as well. The colour combination is just divine. I'm not sure how well that fringing is going to go, but it is a special collection, so I expect that, you know, they're probably going to make limited numbers of these pieces. The Fendi Feel bag continues to make an appearance. Look, I didn't really like it in the runway pictures, but seeing it in person, I think it's okay. It's a little bit too boho-ish and undone for me, even for me. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the kind of boho design bags, but I do appreciate the design of it and the beautiful soft leathers that they've used. Now we get into these beautiful, intricate mini baguette designs. This one looks like it's been done on suede, and it has the most glorious combination of embroideries and crystals, and it's got Fendi embroidered into it, and they're made to look like little bouquets of flowers. This blue is so pretty and so wearable. I can see these, if they go into production, just going crazy. The larger size, oh my god, the work involved in that. Wearing that next to that lace though is a little bit scary, because I think that could catch all over it. But if it's only on the front of the bag, although it goes down the side, if it's only on the front it could be okay. But yeah, those little embroideries, they would catch on that lace dress and make an awful mess. We go on to see more beaded baguettes. This beautiful lemon yellow, same deal, lemon yellow, fully beaded baguette. It would weigh a ton with these gorgeous little bouquets of like crystal flowers on top. Then you have it again in that green colour, fully beaded. Just the workmanship, like this is why I think I'm not confident that they will all go into production, that it's more about honouring the anniversary of the house, and perhaps we'll see something like it, but maybe not these exact bags. We see more large peekaboo softs and neutral colours, very clean tones. Normally not my vibe, but I kind of get the whole aesthetic of this collection. This one here I really love. It's kind of a khaki greeny grey colour in the suede with the embroidery. I think it's unexpected to see a colour so masculine like that with beautiful embroidery on it. So that is one that I actually really, really love. Very unexpected and beautiful. Remembering this is a spring-summer show, a lot of these colours are quite earthy, and some of them lean towards fall-winter colours, in my opinion. This mini baguette, you can really see the suede on this with rose gold finish. It is divine. I think it will be a very popular one should it go into production. This baguette with the whole bunch of charms, the perfume or fragrance charm, the little tassel, there's like a key ring, and there's also like a little bag of tricks, or I don't know, good luck charms I would say is probably how I define some of these. It's just so fun and extra. Baby pink beaded with the rose gold embroidery is Again, another one that I see being very, very popular if it goes into production. Here is that new piece again. It's a very put together, very different bag for Fendi. You can see in the stitching over the handle that they've included the FF logo in like a celery stitch, which is a pretty cool detail as well. This embroidery with beads made to look like lace is just impeccable, with the python kind of leather strap and the baguette buckle. It is, yeah, it's extraordinary that that can look like lace and it's not. Now these ready to wear pieces, and I'll show you the bags as well, but these are what I'm talking about in terms of the Art Deco theme. The fringing and the decoration, the low neckline, the dropped waist. You see what I mean. These beaded baguettes with the fringing, the full beaded numbers, and they mirror the design in the dress. A chef's kiss. They are absolutely gorgeous. They are showstopper pieces. I do hope they go into production. And then we have the masterpiece of the collection, in my opinion, this gorgeous scalloped, drop-waisted, just absolutely stunning sleek dress with this beautiful, beautiful Fendi baguette in a sequin. Is it sequin? No, it's still beading, larger beads and crystals. The design is just insane. The buckle again highlighted to look very Art Deco, very geometric. This side profile shot is just absolutely beautiful. So let's have a look at the models for the show, and then I'll show you some of the other accessories. This model here, she just looks so clean. Her skin is pristine, centre part, a little bit fuzzy, a little bit unkept, kind of like me. I think that's what I see in terms of the 90s aesthetic. Also, there's another hint to the 90s in some of the sunglasses as well. I'm showing you some of the models here. I mean, they just look absolutely beautiful. Little stockings. The embroidery and the lace and the delicate gowns and the ready to wear is just, oh, it's so beautiful. It looks like it's taken so much time. And these little stockings are so pretty with the little pumps. Everything's in a low heel, which is pretty cool. We love that. And lots of slingbacks as well, really interesting. Lots of contrasting lace features, beading. These sunglasses are the things that gave it away for me. Aren't they weird? They're like jewellery on the face, but they couldn't be more reminiscent of the 90s. If you saw my recent sunglasses collection, you'll see some early 2000s pieces, and yeah, they look pretty similar to those. I don't get the reference to these little kind of hiking boots actually, but they were through the show as well, so I'm sure there's an explanation for those and how they all link in. Potentially it's a part of the kind of grunge era. Then you see some of these oversized kind of masculine shirts, which I also think hark back to that time. This kind of very undone, just got out of bed, just went to a party, just woke up. You wouldn't know if they're just about to head out or just waking up, because these angels look absolutely beautiful. And the sunglasses are just a really quirky kind of twist to me. Very undone, nonchalant, mixing the founding years with their kind of big spike in terms of when the brand really took off in the modern day. So is it what I expected from this collection? Absolutely not. Do I love it? Yes, I do. Is it likely that I would buy anything from it or see myself wearing it? I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see what actually goes into production, what actually lands in the boutique. I think it's going to be a really exciting year for Fendi. I am so excited to see what comes of it. Obviously, I would love to buy into the 100th year anniversary pieces if I can, so I'll be keeping a close eye on what special pieces come out. What are your favourite pieces from the collection? What's your take on the collection? What themes do you see coming through and tributes to the house and its heritage? I'd love to learn more from you. I've got a limited knowledge. There are so many of you out there who know a lot more than me. I welcome your comments and input in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'd love to see you back for my next one. Until then, ciao.